Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is December the 21st, 2018. We're going to talk about, is Tilray a buy right now? Okay, if you guys been watching this particular company or you're new to the cannabis industry, Tilray has definitely been in the news this week regarding partnerships with other major companies. Okay, so we're going to talk about, is now the perfect opportunity to see Tilray move to the upside. There was an article written here from the street by Timothy Collins, uploaded to the internet yesterday on December 20, 2018. We're going to go through some of the points that he mentioned, some of the facts of the partnership that Tilray has done with some other formidable companies in the space or in other industries. And we're going to see if that makes it viable to see some increase in prices. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. Let us notice some of the things that Timothy mentions in his article. He titles the article as Tilray is now a top tier cannabis play. Okay. Subtitle, he'll be most interested in buying this name after a cap raise, which he expects in the first quarter 2019. Okay. So Tilray got a boost this week in the market because it partnered with Anheuser-Busch InBev, and this partnership, both companies will contribute $50 million to research its non-alcoholic beverages containing some cannabis extracts. Okay, so they're going to go hit the research labs to see if they can come up with a new beverage drink that has some of these cannabis extracts in it and see if they can sell it at mass market. Okay, now the partnership is going to be with Anheuser-Busch subsidiary called Labatt Brewing, which is a subsidiary of Bud, and the expectations currently is for Canada to legalize cannabis infused drinks as well as edibles. Okay, sometimes in the beginning or the ending half of 2019. So they're trying to get a head start on the research aspect of it, so when Canada legalizes it, they'll be ready to hit the market, hit the streets, and start selling their cannabis infused products. Okay, now unlike Cronos or Canopy, Tilray is putting money into this venture rather than receiving an investment. So Cronos and Canopy have investments to where the partnership that they have, the company that they have partnered with, can actually gain more stake into their company, while Tilray is actually using the monetary portion of the partnership to where they had to place money on the table, as well as the other partner put money on the table in order to make this venture happen. Okay, so Tilray doesn't possess the same war chest as Canopy and Cronos. That is why Timothy is going with the presumption that they're going to need to raise money sometime early 2019, because they're throwing out cash with these partnerships. So with $50 million going into the joint venture with Budweiser, and as well as Tilray investing $7.5 million into Rose Life Sciences, that is why he is expecting Tilray to try to raise capital money in order to continue with operations in the near term. But he is mentioning that it is good for Tilray as a long-term vision, but the pushing the need for additional capital is going to happen relatively soon. Okay, now with that being mentioned, that can also insinuate that Tilray can continue to move to the downside. Okay, now we're going to look at the price chart to see if that is going to be the case for Tilray. Now Timothy basically sees that these joint ventures as front-end expenditures, meaning that they had to pay for this up front for the marketing and the distribution aspect, but it will be more expensive if Tilray went ahead and built it from the ground up, rather than trying to hit some partnerships with other companies that already have these frameworks laid out. Okay, overall, the move cement Tilray as a top tier cannabis play. He believes that the company should and will raise capital with a valuation hovering around $6.5 billion. And he's expecting the sale for Tilray for next year to be around $65 through $75 million, with the company posting a loss. Okay. Now, the recent developments for Tilray, he sees it as bullish for the long term, but he is still expecting in the short term a squeeze and the momentum of this massive increase we've seen this week for Tilray to settle down and move back down to lower prices. He is expecting, or he's becoming more interested in buying Tilray after maybe the first quarter in 2019, after Tilray raises capital in order to fund its expenditures or operating expenses. Okay, so this is his stance. This is his opinion as to what he is expecting Tilray to do. We're going to go ahead and look at it now on the daily price chart to see if the price chart is in fact giving us the same depiction as to whether or not Tilray is a buy at this particular moment, after we've seen so many partnerships announced this week for this company. Okay, so here we are looking at it. Let's go ahead and move to a weekly chart real quick. And if you guys been watching our videos, we've been telling you that the market for Tilray is weak. To expect the market to continue to move to the downside, hit this $60 price this week. It came all the way down to $64.06. Currently trade around $73.40. So the market in Tilray is trying to hold support above $60. Volume is coming in on this weekly bar, so obviously there are some buyers at that price for Tilray. Okay, let's see what's going on with it on the monthly chart. You can still see here that the market in Tilray is still weak. That $60 price is still look like an area of support. But if you look at it on the daily price chart, yes, we have seen a substantial increase in price from the 17th all the way until the 19th of December. And this is where we receive all this positivity in this space for Tilray in order for them to see the increase in price. Okay, but again, as I try to zoom out, you can see a better depiction that Tilray is hitting resistance right there around that $80 price. The market, for some apparent reason, does not, which we do know the reason, does not want to break above $80. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind as we're trading in the near term. And with that fact being observed on this price chart, continue to show you that Tilray is still not a buy at this particular moment. Okay, so $60, which almost got touched on the 17th of December, is still in play as support. But the long-term move in Tilray is still weak. We're just holding some consolidation at this particular moment, and we're not ready for it to break out to higher prices above $80. Okay, until we're able to see some more indications of market strength coming into the price chart for Tilray, this downside move is still in play. So there is some positive things to think about in Tilray in the long term, but if you're not able to endure the brunt of what's going to happen in the near term, then definitely what Timothy is saying in his article is according to the price chart. Okay, there is still some weakness that Tilray has to go through in order for us to see a transition from the movement lower to movement higher according to the price chart. So the price chart is definitely reading the same thing that Timothy Collins is getting on the Real Money website here on the left side of the screen. Okay, the market is still weak in Tilray. Still look for it to move to the downside. There's still some negative things that has to be addressed for Tilray as well, especially with the lockup expiration coming in beginning of 2019. The month of January is when the insiders of this particular company will be able to release their shares into the market to try to grab some profit, and that can push Tilray down to lower prices, even below $60. So we're still seeing indication that Tilray is not a buy at this particular moment, but long term it could be after we find the bottom. That is what the price chart is telling us. That is what Timothy Collins is trying to insinuate in his article as well. Now, with that being said, what is your thoughts? What is your opinion? What do you think Tilray is going to do for 2019? Leave us a comment in the comment section of this video. And then while you're at it, if this is your first time watching our content, then do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you all maintain your profitability. I will see you later.